Hello and welcome to our live broadcast. I am very happy to welcome you to a session that is close to our hearts. Today, we are not just talking about vocabulary, we are talking about life.
Yeah, we are talking about handling difficult conversations at home. Specifically, we are looking at how to talk about your career with your family. I am really looking forward to this. But to be honest, this topic makes me feel a little bit nervous.
I understand it is a sensitive area.
I think we all know that specific feeling. You are at a family dinner, maybe it is a holiday, you are eating and laughing. Then suddenly the room goes quiet. An aunt or an uncle looks at you. They ask a question that makes your stomach hurt. They ask, why are you still living at home? Or maybe, do you have a real job yet?
Yes, that is a very vivid description. It is a common feeling for so many of us. It is a feeling of anxiety. In that moment, you feel small. You feel like you are being judged by the people who are supposed to support you.
Yeah.
But we have a clear goal for today. We are going to learn two things. First, we will learn how to explain your career calmly. Second, we will learn how to set boundaries without being rude.
That sounds perfect because usually I feel trapped. I feel like I have to choose between two bad options. I can either be polite and suffer in silence, or I can be angry and defend myself. Is there really a middle way?
Yes, there is a middle way, but it does not start with words. It starts with a mindset shift. We need to change how we think about their questions before we even open our mouths. The core concept we need to understand is simple. Family pressure usually comes from care and fear. It rarely comes from hate.
Care and fear. Well, I have to disagree a little bit. Sometimes it really feels like criticism. When they ask why I am not a manager yet, it feels like they are disappointed in me.
It certainly feels like criticism. That is a natural reaction. But let us look deeper. Why are they asking? The root is often worry. They worry about your future. They worry about your stability. They want to know you will be safe when they are gone. When we understand that they are afraid for us, it helps us stay calm. We do not need to fight them. We just need to reassure them.
Right. That is the very helpful perspective. It changes the dynamic. Instead of an attack, it is a clumsy expression of love. But even if I know they love me, why is there so much tension? Why do my older relatives not understand my job? It feels like we're speaking different languages.
In a way, you are speaking different languages.
Yeah.
You are living in two different economic realities.
Yeah.
This is what we call the intergenerational gap.
The intergenerational gap. That sounds like a big concept. Can you break that down for us?
Of course. Think about the perspective of your older relatives. Think about your father or grandfather. For them, work looked very different. They value stability above all else. They value going to a physical place like an office, a factory, or a shop. For them, a good job means a regular paycheck that arrives on the same day every month.
It is predictable.
That is true. My father worked in the same government office for 30 years. He went to work at 8 in the morning and came home at 6 in the evening. He never brought work home.
Exactly. That is his model of the world. That is what safety looks like to him. Now look at the new perspective. Younger adults today value different things. We value autonomy. We want to choose our own hours. We often value remote work. We might change jobs often to learn new skills. We do not sell our time. We sell our results.
Yes, absolutely. I want to be able to work from anywhere. I want to focus on my output, not just the hours I sit in a chair, but trying to explain digital marketing or freelance consulting to my grandmother is impossible. And that is the source of the misunderstanding. It is not that they are not smart, it is that they lack the context. Because of this gap, when they see you at home, they do not see work. They see you sitting on a sofa. They see a laptop, which they associate with games or movies. They think working from home means you are free. Or worse, they might think you are lazy.
Ouch. That hurts. It is frustrating when you are working hard, mentally exhausted, but they think you are just relaxing. It makes me want to scream, I am working.
It is very frustrating. But screaming does not help. The strategy is not to get angry. We must bridge this gap. We need to use clear, simple explanations. We need to teach them how our world works, using language they understand.
Okay. I'm ready to learn how to do that. Let us look at a specific situation. This happens to me all the time. Imagine this scenario. I am working on my laptop in the living room. I am writing a complex report. My mother walks in with a basket of laundry. She sees me and says, "Can you go to the market? Can you clean the kitchen? You are just playing on the computer anyway."
This is the work-from-home dilemma. It is a classic boundary issue. In this moment, she is not respecting your time because she does not see it as work time. You need to establish that your location does not change your responsibility. You can say this phrase, I understand this is new, but this is my full-time job.
I understand this is new, but this is my full-time job. I see what you did there. You start with, I understand.
Yes, that is crucial. By acknowledging that the situation is new or strange for her, you lower her defenses. You are validating her confusion. But then, you state the fact clearly.
That makes sense, but what if she says, I know, but it will only take 10 minutes? What if she keeps pushing?
Then you need to use an analogy she understands. You need to transport her to the old world. You can say, please treat my work hours like I am at the office.
Please treat my work hours like I am at the office. That is very clear. It helps them visualize the situation. If I were at a factory or an office building, she would not call me to peel potatoes.
Yes. You are helping her see the invisible walls of your workplace. And if you have a separate room, you can use a physical boundary. You can say, when my door is closed, it means I am focused on work.
When my door is closed, it means I am focused on work. I like that. It is a simple rule. It is binary. Open means available. Closed means busy.
Exactly. You are teaching them how to treat you. It might take a few repetitions, but if you stay calm, they will learn.
Okay, let us talk about something even harder. This is the one that makes me sweat. Money and status.
Money is always a sensitive topic. In some cultures, it is polite to discuss it. In others, it is taboo. But when family is involved, boundaries often disappear.
They really do. I have relatives who are very nosy. They ask questions that feel too personal. For example, at a family gathering, an uncle might ask loudly, how much money do you earn now? Or, when will you finally get a promotion? It makes me want to hide under the table. I feel like I am being evaluated.
That is very uncomfortable. First, remember this. You have the right to privacy. You do not owe them those numbers. Just because they share your family name does not mean they share your bank account. The goal here is to keep your finances private without being aggressive.
So, how do I say none of your business in a polite way? If I just say, stop asking, I will look rude.
You can deflect with gratitude. You can say this, thanks for asking, but I prefer to keep my income private.
Thanks for asking, but I prefer to keep my income private. That is short. It is polite because of the thanks, but the no is very firm.
It is. The brevity is important. If you give a long explanation, they will try to argue with you. Short sentences leave no room for argument. And if they keep pushing, or if they look worried that you are poor, you can reassure them. You can say, I am comfortable with my finances, so there is no need to worry.
I am comfortable with my finances, so there is no need to worry. I like that because it addresses their fear. It tells them, I am okay. You do not need to save me.
Precisely. You are closing the door on the topic gently.
What about the comparison game? This one drives me crazy. A relative will say, your cousin bought a big house last month. Why have you not bought a house? Or your friend from school is a manager now. It makes me feel like I'm losing a race.
Comparisons are very painful. They steal your joy. But remember, your journey is different. You are not in the same race. You can deflect this by saying, everyone's situation is unique. I am focusing on my own progress.
Everyone's situation is unique. I am focusing on my own progress. There's a good reminder for me too, not just for them.
Yes, affirmations work both ways. And if you want to be generous to the other person, you can say, I am happy for them, but my path is different.
I am happy for them, but my path is different. That shows confidence. It shows I am not jealous, but I'm also not copying them.
That is the key. Confidence quiets the questions. If you look insecure, they will keep digging. If you look confident, they will stop.
There is one more situation I want to ask about. It is about the real job. In my culture, there is a lot of pressure to have a specific title. Parents want you to be a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer.
The holy trinity of careers.
Yes, exactly. And if you are a graphic designer or a writer or a freelancer, they say, that is a nice hobby, but when will you get a real job? It makes me feel like my passion is invalid.
That is tough. They're dismissing your identity. But again, look at the intention. They want you to have prestige and safety. You need to validate their concern, but stand firm in your choice. You can say, I respect your dreams for me, but I need to follow my own interests.
I respect your dreams for me, but I need to follow my own interests. That is powerful. It acknowledges that they have dreams for me. It does not call them bad for wanting me to be a doctor.
Yes, it is gentle but firm. You are separating their dream from your reality. You can also focus on the fit. You can say, this job suits my skills and my goals right now.
This job suits my skills and my goals right now.
And if they worry about stability because you are freelance, do not just say, trust me. Give them facts. Speak their language of security. Say, my clients trust me, and I have regular tasks and deadlines.
My clients trust me, and I have regular tasks and deadlines. That sounds very professional. It shows I am organized. It shows I am not just floating, I am building.
Exactly. When you speak with calm confidence, it changes the energy of the conversation. You stop being a child seeking approval, and you become an adult sharing your life.
These are such useful phrases. I feel better just practicing them. It feels like I have a shield now.
I am glad to hear that. It takes practice, but you can do it. Let me summarize our main points quickly. Generational differences cause tension because parents value stability, while we value autonomy. We must remember that this family pressure usually comes from care, not malice. We can protect our peace by using polite, short sentences to set clear boundaries regarding our time and our money.
Thank you. That is a great summary. Now, I think it is time for our vocabulary word tour.
Yes, we have selected 10 key words from our lesson today. I will say the word, and you will give a simple definition, then I will share an example sentence.
I am ready. Please go ahead.
The first word is boundary.
A boundary is a limit or a line that you set to protect yourself or your time.
I want to set a clear boundary between my work time and family time.
That makes sense. What is the next word?
The second word is expectation.
An expectation is a strong belief that something will happen or should happen.
My parents have a different expectation about what a successful career looks like.
Understood. Let us keep going.
The third word is nuance.
Nuance means a very small difference in meaning, feeling, or sound. It is a detail that is not obvious.
There's a nuance in my job title that is hard to explain in my language.
Very useful. What is number 4?
The fourth word is autonomy.
Autonomy is the freedom to make your own decisions and control your own life.
Remote work gives me more autonomy over my schedule.
I definitely value that. The next word, please.
The fifth word is pressure.
Pressure is the feeling of stress or anxiety because people expect a lot from you.
I feel a lot of pressure when my relatives ask about my salary.
Yes, that relates perfectly to our topic.
The sixth word is generation.
A generation is a group of people born and living at about the same time.
There is a generation gap in how we think about job security.
Excellent. Ready for the next one?
The seventh word is respectful.
Being respectful means showing that you value someone and their feelings. You are polite and kind.
I want to be respectful, but I also need them to respect my limits.
That is a great balance. Number 8, please.
The eighth word is private.
Private means belonging to one person only. It is not for everyone to know or see.
My income is private, and I do not want to discuss it at dinner.
A very strong boundary phrase. What is our 9th word?
The ninth word is criticism.
Criticism is the act of pointing out faults or saying what is wrong with something.
Constant criticism makes it harder for me to stay motivated.
That is very true. And the final word?
The final word is balance.
Balance is a situation where different things are equal or in the correct proportions.
I'm trying to find a balance between my work goals and family life.
Those are essential words for this topic. I hope they help everyone listening.
That's it for today. Remember, every minute you spend listening is a step closer to fluency. If you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe and join our learning community. Before you go, I have a challenge for you. Write one new word you learned today in the comment field below. I will see you at our next episode at SteadyStep English.